So these big wars are still happening, and just the superpower in the middle here, the Sioux, they haven't done much. They haven't built the Apollo program. They're not, influential with a whole bunch of civs. They just have this awesome military, and they can pretty much take out whoever they want. But what if they don't? What if they don't take out anybody? If they don't, then they're gonna have some trouble because they might not end up winning the game. And I need to keep reminding myself who is going to win the second victory here, because Canada did win. But anyways, let's go to the next turn and see what happens. It's going to be turn 325. Now, lots of things have been going on. The Aztecs have been eliminated from this game. The Mayans are continuing to push forward, and they're actually probably going to take a city away from Napoleon. Things are exciting, and again, like I said in the very early part of this series, was that this is going to be unlike any other Civ 5 series we've seen, because one, we're on a Pangea map, but we're on a Pangea map that's pretty much a Pangea map that allow and a limited amount of civs. So those two factors means that everyone has a big empire, everyone almost is wide, so that everyone can get up a huge military. So this is, I don't know, this is really brought for some really fascinating results, because we do still have these very strong empires like Napoleon, like Washington, like the Iroquois, like Shoshone. You know what I mean? Like normally in these campaigns, the Sioux would have, it would be easily the Sioux would have won, because there isn't possibly any other civ that could stand up to the Sioux, because at this point they're just kind of snowballing. But because there's still these really big, massive empires, I think that's kind of stopping what Sitting Bull's strategy here is to do. The Shoshone have 7 wonders? That might be explaining why they are so influential with most of the world. They probably have so much tourism. Sitting Bull's got quite a bit too, but he probably stole that away. I'm assuming he might have stolen most of those away. So yeah, I think that might be causing for some issues. The Zapotec and the Anishinaabe have declared war. Again, the Sioux are going to try their best here. Ooh. Why did you do that, England? Okay, so England is focusing in on their war with the Iroquois. Remember, the Iroquois are still at war with the Anishinaabe, so are the Cree. Nothing is happening there. America is also at war with the Anishinaabe. So England just declared war on the Iroquois. Now, I guess they just declared war on the Anishinaabe. Now, why would they do that? Why did you do that? Why not focus on Grand River? It looks like Grand River will fall, I will say. The Iroquois are just they're in a complete mess. You're talking about the Iroquois doing an offensive war against the Anishinaabe near the Great Lakes. They have to defend Grand River and their eastern front here, as well as they have to defend their western front against the biggest military in the entire world. So the Iroquois are in some huge trouble. And I wouldn't be shocked if maybe Washington joins in against the Iroquois at some point. But then again, he has like no military, so I don't know. That might not happen. I don't think it might happen. We'll have to see. Let's see how much damage Elizabeth takes from this turn here, because you have an artillery attack, at least one. A bazooka. No, a bazooka won't. What are you doing? Elizabeth, don't do it, please, please. The last thing, it crushes me. It crushes me reading those comments from you guys, like telling me like how disappointed you are in Elizabeth. And it's not bad, because I'm used to that, because I get disappointed in certain civs too, but there's so many people that root for England, and then there's so many people that get disappointed with England. And it makes me so sad, because I like it. I don't know, I just really like when everyone has an opportunity where their civ gets to, have a good game, and everyone has an opportunity to be proud. I really want England to have a good game, like I said in the previous video. I do want to see England have a good game, and for the people that chose England to be happy with their choice. But I don't know, we'll see. I mean, they could still do this. Man, if they start to approach the Anishinaabe, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. So Napoleon's secretly plotting against the Zapotec. They've been on the verge of being a pretty good nation, the English have. They've been on the verge of having a really good game. Please don't move up north. Come on, Elizabeth. Come on. Don't. Well, at least you're attacking a city. You're at least somewhat attacking, but you are moving a lot of troops up north. Do you have more troops that can reinforce? I mean, you got a navy. Like, go to war with somebody. Go to war with Canada or something. Like, they should have used those land units. Well, I don't know. Would you really want... Oh, I guess, yeah, not bad. They should have used their land units to defend London, York, and Brantford, and then taken their fleets and stolen away Toronto and Kingston. Because, Canada doesn't have a navy. They're not focused in on that. England went down exploration. They're ready for this. Washington's got themselves a pretty good fleet, too. I didn't even realize that. From Boston, Washington, and Chicago, they all have a possibility of building some boats here. The Iroquois have a few boats, too. Spain has managed to survive. Oh, I didn't even realize England got down here. That's probably not going to be good because I imagine Spain is going to take that over. They just settled that city. So late game expansion, that's what higher difficulties is all about. Late game expansion. There is this time in every single Civ 5 game when you're playing on higher difficulties, that's Immortal or Deity, where it's just like the AI just does not stop expanding. Usually, for a human player as well as AIs on lower difficulties, they kind of stop expanding by like turn 200 or 250, just because they don't have the extra happiness to be able to do, to integrate more land into their empire. Not for these AIs. Not for the AIs that get, very low happiness penalties, if you know what I mean. Oh my gosh, look at the Chinook. Look at the Chinook pushing back again. No freaking way. If they take over the Shoshone City, I am going to be absolutely amazed. Washington has completed the Apollo program. There is no way. No, this is not going to happen. Look at the Shoshone. They've got all these artillery units. That's so many units. There's no way. The Chinook are probably going to get completely obliterated because they're only bringing in melee units. They're not going to have a good time against these artillery units. Even if they do take the city, it's probably going to get taken back very soon after. So Napoleon's plotting against Denny, and the Iroquois are plotting against the Cree. So how's that war going on? What's going on, Elizabeth? Are you going to take it? Please. You've got a bazooka here. Boom, range attack Grand River, and then bam. Not saying I'm rooting against the Iroquois. The Iroquois are just in a tough spot. They're kind of in a tough spot either way. The Iroquois can still do it, and they could still do it by losing. The Iroquois are just fine. They can lose several more cities, but because they have so many cities, they would be fine with losing like a few. Cuba seems to slowly be losing defensive units. The Sioux have kind of very slowly grinded down Iroquois defense. Boom. It's about time Sitting Bull has built up their own Apollo program. Okay, so this is going to be bad. Wait a second. Those look like nukes. Yep. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Okay. So when are they going to use that? That's what I want to know. Also, Napoleon, I believe, if anyone else has nukes, I don't even know if he has access to uranium. Did we check on that? The Cree have not. Wow, the Cree did. Oh, I'm sorry. The Mayans didn't take over this former Cree city from Napoleon. That's shocking. I can't believe that Napoleon kind of got away with that one. Yep. No, they do not have that. Wait a second. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I totally didn't know. I didn't realize the significance by France also declaring war on the Iroquois. Oh, this is really good for. Well, Spain and France are still at war, so they still have to deal with some of these Spanish troops. Oh yeah, they do. They do have atomic bombs, and they're gonna probably drop them soon. I'm guessing. Napoleon did in fact finish the Pentagon, and Barcelona is down to 1 hit. But where's the melee unit at? Okay, infantry. Whoa. Okay, this is getting crazy. This is getting really, really, really serious. You're talking about some big civs falling, like the Iroquois among the big four. The Iroquois might be falling here. Oh man, I just keep coming back to it, man. This is an interesting campaign because there's just so much land that everyone was able to get up a big empire. And we've never done that before. We've never had a Pangea map where everyone was able to equally get up a big empire. So we have a very strong Napoleon, a very strong Iroquois. The Iroquois are falling. Even Washington's doing good. The Shoshone we haven't even talked about, even though they're staying quiet. And they all border each other on a Pangea map, which means that everyone has an opportunity to take over anybody. Scholars and residents, that's very smart of Mexico to try to enact that because they're so low on the technology scale. I don't know if that's going to pass, but we'll see. Nuclear non-proliferation. I don't think I've ever seen the AI try to enact that policy. That's really cool that they're trying to propose that. Wow. That is really, really cool that Canada's trying to propose that. And that'll probably pass because not too many people have nukes. I have never seen that. Have you guys ever seen that? I have never, ever seen that for some reason. That's awesome. I think I've maybe seen it like once or twice in games that like I was playing personally, but never in one of these AI-only campaigns. Because obviously, as a human player, I build nukes, so the AI doesn't like that. But I guess they're really worried about France and the Sioux having their own atomic bombs. Ooh, Spain has managed up to get a pretty good military themselves. Boom, Barcelona has in fact fallen. There it goes. Okay, so do they continue to attack, or do they go after Spain? What are they going to do? So, dang, how many cities have the Iroquois lost? We kind of predicted this a long time ago, that the Iroquois were not going to be able to sustain all this forward settling, and it's finally starting to catch up to them. It's about dang time, too. I really thought it was going to happen sooner, but it eventually did happen. It is turn 331. And that did, in fact, pass, so no one can build nukes anymore. The nukes that have been built can be kept, obviously. Now, who yayed that? Only a nay from the Sioux. 4 downvotes from the Sioux. I don't know why. Reddit. Sometimes Reddit gets to me. Whenever I look at that, I think upvotes, downvotes, whatever. Did France vote for that? Yeah, they did yay that. So I'm wondering, so that was I think that was mainly for the Sioux. They wanted to eliminate most of the Sioux's power. Wait a second, did the bombs go away? I thought you kept hold of them. I've always never let it pass. Yes. Wow, now that is really big news. No, it's right there. So yeah, I was going to say, where did France's bombs go? I saw some in a carrier. I know that I hadn't smoked that much crack today. I know somewhere around here. Bomber. Did I see that right? I swear. Okay, well, whatever. I'm just going to ignore it. It's fine. Maybe it got destroyed. Who knows? Oh, that would be terrible. Just as the... and Scholars in Residence did pass. So this is good for everyone catching up in science. This kind of means that anyone could win a possible science victory, actually. Let's constantly check in on who is most influential with the most amount of civs. That's something we need to double check on all the time. Influence. Okay, Shoshone is still at 5. Now let's check on tourism in general. So it's the Sioux. No big surprise there. The Mayans are doing good. The Shoshone are doing good. Canada's also doing pretty good. Denny were kind of going for that cultural victory, but because they lost so many cities, they haven't been able to kind of make it back up. How is Northwest going? Yep, just what I thought. The Shoshone have come back with, this might be the final force to take out the Chinook. That might be the last time we see any sort of offensive move from the Chinook, I think. The Chinook. Wow, Zapotec building out their poly. So everyone's doing it, just no spaceship parts yet. Seems a little bit early. Actually, I think we'll probably see a few SS boosters start to be built up by 4 barbarian paratroopers have just launched up because of, I'm assuming, some major unhappiness issues from the ideology game, which is weird because I'm pretty sure France is free. They followed the free ideology, so kind of weird that they're still unhappy, but I don't know. Okay, so how is England doing? I haven't really been checking in on this because I'm in fear that they're not going to do anything. They're very close to being able to take over Grand River, but they don't have a melee unit close by. They are too preoccupied with going after the Anishinaabe. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this. The Cree actually managed to get up a fleet, or it wasn't even a fleet. I mean, I'm thinking the submarine probably did a lot of damage, but the artillery probably did the most amount of damage. Someone might take over the Anishinaabe capital. Remember, we still have a huge force, but wait a second. Would it be the Cree? The anti-aircraft, I believe it is a melee unit technically. Oh, no way. No way. France is secretly plotting against Mexico. Let's see what happens here. No freaking way. I would have never ever guessed the Cree were going to be the ones to take over the Anishinaabe capital. That's crazy. Grand River might fall next turn. Yep, I think England's going to actually manage to take Grand River. Well, good for them. Now, has the Cree processed their turn just yet? You're talking about 3 artillery attacks. They have not processed their turn yet. I'm sure someone's going to, some unit's going to get destroyed at some point. Maybe now. I think. I mean, there's a Marine here. Well, they are actually taking a while. Okay, so they just attacked a submarine. Ooh, that anti-aircraft didn't do enough damage. It was melee. Here's a Marine coming for it. This gives opportunity. Oh, geez. But now Washington's trying to move in with a mobile SAM. This rocket artillery doesn't do much. Gosh, I can't remember. Does the mobile SAM melee? Now, remember, the Washington's turn process is at the end. So that means that these artillery are going to attack first. They will attack first. Boom. Manhattan Project built by the Chinook and the Apollo program built by Elizabeth. Let's see if they take over this city. Yes, they do. Grand River has fallen. And I think that's probably going to be it for England. They probably won't take anything else. France is now joined in against the Anishinaabe. I think that the world's starting to see what's going on here. Definitely. Cuba's still being able to they're still defending against the Chinook. This is I'm sorry, the Sioux. This is amazing. This is incredible. The Iroquois are in so many different wars right now, but they're still protecting Cuba. Like, that's awesome. I don't think I've ever seen a stand like this from an AI, a smaller AI, fighting this massive of a force. I know that, you know, a lot has to do with the terrain, but it's still a really big deal. Lots of Manhattan projects being built. Apollo program by England. Let's see if Washington takes this. They did not, because I believe the Mobile Sam is not a melee troop. You have an American infantry that could technically utilize a road pretty far up, but oh yeah, that's falling to the Kree. The Kree are going to take it. Yep, let's watch. The Kree are going to take this. Elizabeth's probably done with their wars. Yeah, this is an interesting campaign here. This is definitely an interesting one. Canada's now joined in against the Anishinaabe. This might be their opportunity. This is the second coalition that's formed against the Anishinaabe. The Kree will probably lose their capital, unless they destroy this marine, which they probably will, actually. Now that I think about it, you're talking about a bombardment from a city this large on a melee unit that's embarked. Yeah, I think so, right? We'll have to wait and see. Oh, they made a mistake. They made a huge mistake. They decided to attack the American Mobile Sam. The Kree took over this huge city. Wow. That makes this kind of really flips the game upside down. Because instead of America gaining all that strength, that went to the Kree. So maybe the Kree can make a comeback. But what are the Kree going to do? You know what I mean? Like, what are they exactly going to do? In terms of offensive wars, they can't really declare much right now. Sitting Bull is plotting against Pocatello. Shoshone are playing smart, staying quiet, while the Sioux are in their northeast, just like pounding away at anybody that they don't like the face of. They're just like, hey, I don't like your face, Hiawatha. I'm going to destroy you. How's Cuba doing, by the way? Not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. Remember, Napoleon is at war. Oh, my goodness. So Napoleon was at war with the Iroquois. They still are. And Spain, with their massive force, are now trying to take back Barcelona, which was given to the Iroquois in a peace deal, then taken away by Napoleon last video. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. Dang. Wow, this is an awesome one. This is very, very cool. I like this. I like this campaign. It's about dang time. It's about dang time we saw some really interesting things. It just took, towards the end of the game where everyone had all this territory, all these lands, all these units. That's part of the things you got to remember about these AI-only campaigns is that units scale, whereas you continue to progress through eras, it gets easier and easier for everyone to take your cities. So that's something you got to keep in mind. In the beginning, it's always hard, with obviously warriors and swordsmen and long swordsmen. It's very hard to take cities. But at the end of the game, that's something that I love. I love the way they programmed Civ 5, or they built that gameplay where, it gets easier. It gets really easy to take cities over at the late game. I love that. It's very hard in the very beginning. I haven't talked about this ever before, but I really enjoy that sort of programming from the devs. So I think that, and that's nice because it didn't take until, it took several patches and 2 expansions to get to that philosophy, but it's such a good philosophy, and I hope they include that in Civ 6 because I really enjoy it. 5 turns for the world leader. Washington is playing against, Kree. Now everyone's on Kree's radar. Kree is on everyone's radar now. 17 turns of resistance, that's what I thought. Sitting Bull playing against Pontiac. Okay, we're not going to look at any of those diplomatic things. So the Anishinaabe are down to 2 cities. Canada hasn't really... I don't think Canada has open borders through English territory, so they're kind of in a tough spot now. Are they going to try to take the Iroquois capital? They might. Now, how's Spain doing in Spanish Florida? Oh my gosh, they actually could take over Barcelona. Remember, Spain is technically having to deal with barbarians in Louisiana and the Mayans attacking from the north. So France is dealing with a lot. So France is having to deal with barbarians from Louisiana, Spain in the east, Mayans in the north, as well as you do have a threat, obviously, from the Sioux. The Iroquois have pieced out the Anishinaabe. That was a pretty smart choice there. Very, very smart choice there. How are the Shoshone doing in the northwest? Oh, yep, they're pushing back again against the Chinook. This has been the entire game right there. Anyways, guys, I'm going to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.